All right, man. I think we need somebody need to light one up. Some 25 lighters. Somebody needs to pour one out for the Rockets. Somebody needs to maybe drink one for the Rockets, man. This is the starting five. The day after we've had a chance to cool down, the Facebook roast and the rants are kind of simmered down. But man, let's just jump right into it. I'm your gracious host, former TV sports anchor Lane Fobbs, and here are the three horsemen. The one horseman is gone; he's handling some stuff. It's all good. But from my left to right, we've got Andrew Holly.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up? What's up? Demarcus Brunham. What's good?
What's going down, man?
Last but not least, I don't know why he still has the avatar. He's very bold. Tim Seeley.
Yo, 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 what's happening, man? Rocket to the death, and we almost dead. So it's all right.
You ain't got that long.
Well, man, I titled this show Rocket Fan Medicine because I feel like that's what people need right now, man. Somebody, we got to be there for them. You all have watched almost all 82 games, I'm sure, in the regular season. You've seen them deteriorate in the playoffs. People need to hear from people who really know this team inside and out. As we know, terrible Rockets loss, man, to the Clippers. We let Austin Rivers become a star after he was almost out of the league just a few short months ago. Hacker DeAndre, we could go there. James Harden and Kevin McHale, maybe a low-key falling out. Dwight Howard challenging a fan to fight. Apparently, Matt Barnes wants to do derogatory things to James Harden's mother. I mean, everywhere you turn, it's complete disaster. We just gonna go left. Let's go in reverse. Tim, start us off, man. Just give the Rockets fan medicine, man. Just ease the pain with knowledge.
Man, I don't think I got the medicine, man. I don't think there's nothing that's prescribed that we can give them right now, man. I mean, basically, man, it's tough. Like you said, there's so much going on. I don't even know where to start, man. Personally, I feel like the Rockets didn't even make the trip to LA. I feel like somewhere between Houston and Los Angeles, they either got lost or they stayed here because for the past two games, Friday and Sunday, they did not show up. I did not see any effort given by any Rockets players. I did not see really, I guess you could say that you saw somewhat coaching done yesterday, but I don't understand what McHale was trying to do with the hacker DeAndre starting off early, sending out your reserves when you have bench players that you could have sent in if that's the case that you wanted to do, already having Dwight in foul trouble. James, I don't know where James has been these playoffs. He showed up a little bit in Dallas, but for the most part, this LA series, we haven't seen much of him. We haven't seen much of Ariza or Terry. Corey Brewer has been, I won't want to say absent, but he's tried, but he hasn't been able to do much. This has just been horrible. This has just been horrible, man. There's been so much going on. I don't understand how you let a team go on a 23-point run and let the whole Staples Center chant Austin Rivers. I never thought I'd see that ever. This is just bad, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I understand exactly where you're coming from, but it just doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, this is a battle-tested Clippers team that has been in a seven game series first round matchup. I believe 3 out of the last 5 years.
Oh, and
And
yeah, I don't. No disrespect to LA. No disrespect to LA.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel like a lot of people are missing out. You talk about having DeAndre Jordan, who's going to be a free agent looking to cash in with the salary cap going up. You talking about Blake Griffin changing his entire game. And you talk about them stepping up when their leader is out. And that's what they came in this series and did. They rode the momentum from their first round victory, which a lot of people said should even been a first round series. That felt like the Western Conference Finals, if you ask me. And when you take away a team with that kind of momentum and you put it together with a Rockets team who has 5 new players from the playoff roster from last year, two 37-year-old point guards, missing a second-team all-defensive player in Patrick Beverly, and missing the person that led the league in hook shots before he got hurt in Demo. And then you throw in the fact that now you have to rely on Josh Smith to come off the bench, and you have to rely on Corey Brewer coming off the bench rather than them being counterparts to your already efficient offense. When you have to depend on the likes of Josh Smith and Corey Brewer, it shows why they're bench players in the first place, why they're not starters. And as much as I want to put the blame on Mikal, I don't feel it's his fault. When it all comes down to it, we don't have the playmakers like Clippers do. Because at any point we've seen J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford, or Austin Rivers go out for 20 plus throughout the playoffs, and they've done it consistently. It's not one person. Sometimes you may get all three of them to step up in the night. So when you have that type of play coming off your bench versus, oh my God, is Josh Smith going to make his shots tonight? Is he going to make his free throws? Or if Corey Brewer can't get in transition, then he becomes irrelevant to the entire team. Of course, the Clippers are going to be dominating this series. And we're not a playoff battle-tested team. We beat Dallas because there was more of an in-state rivalry. But once you get out the state, it's not a lot of teams that we match up with well in the West with the roster that we have now. And that's what it all comes down to.
I look at it, I don't know, man. It just seems like they're lacking the effort, man. It seems like they don't want to try. You know, last time we were on, Lane asked a question about and do we need to have that championship or bust mindset? And it seemed like for us, I don't know, it was like the number one goal was just to get out the first round, because that's what it seems like. Because it seems like
seems like that because we haven't been out the first round, but once in 20 years. So of course there's going to be the mentality that we have as fans is just win a playoff series.
Well,
but now you have to continue to evolve on that, because the Clippers had the same mentality when they got Blake Griffin first overall, and then they backdoor and signed Chris Paul. They just had let's make the playoffs. Okay, now let's get out the first round. And now you see what that team has gone on to do. It took them 5 years to even get to this point to where they're dominating teams in the playoffs. This is not a flash in the pan team. The Clippers are a playoff battle-tested team. The Rockets are not. We're still a team that if we get out the first round, we're excited. And we feel like it's a successful season.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the players, and I mean, on the Clippers standpoint, you have to take your hats off. I said what I said about Austin Rivers, but you have to take your hats off to him, to J.J. Redick, to Jamal Crawford, even to Blake Griffin. Even though we know what Blake can bring, Blake has been outstanding these playoffs. Blake has pretty much left it all on the court every game. You can't get mad at what he's doing. You got to give it to Chris Paul coming out there not being a true 100% still playing. I mean, the Clippers are playing ball, but they're playing like a team that wants to win. They're playing like a team that wants to go to a championship and wants to contend for a championship. They're playing like a team that does not want to go home. To me, it seems like
I want to ask y'all about Dwight Howard. I want to let me jump in because $80 million man taking lessons as Marcus Griffin. There he is. What's good? What's good with you?
That's good. What's good? What's good?
Oh man, you're here at the right time, man. You're here at the right time. This show is called Rocket Fan Medicine. It's medication for longtime suffering Rockets fans. Tim said that we don't even have the medicine here, but I think just dropping the knowledge, just really breaking it down is a type of healing for Rocket fans. You know, we're so used to doing it. You know, but we only hear opinions from people who really don't know what they're talking about. Y'all really do. And that's what brings me to Dwight Howard, because he's the $88 million man, taking free lessons from Kevin McHale, a big man, Hall of Famer, another Hall of Famer, Keem Olajuwon's teaching him as well. He even had a little bit from Kareem during his time in L.A. I'm disappointed in him. I don't think he's evolved. The narrative that he still has time to develop is complete garbage to me, because after you've been in the league for a decade, as Andrew Holly joins us back, it's pretty disappointing. So how disappointed should we be in Dwight Howard? How much of a failure has this been, especially this playoffs, and take into account him challenging a fan to a fight?
Well, since I just jumped in, I'll start it off. I guess this is just Dwight Howard coming back to earth, maybe, because last year he played out of his mind last year, and I thought he wasn't the reason the Rockets lost the series last year. And this year, it's a little bit maybe back to earth, because he really played really well coming into the playoffs and had a pretty decent season, first series against Mavericks. But I guess when you go against another, I don't know, younger version, more athletic version of yourself, I guess you kind of hit that wall like everybody else does. I mean, because who is DeAndre Jordan?
A hungrier
He's
version.
a hungry version, a more athletic version, a more physical posing person, version, basically 2.0.
He's what
Who
Dwight
Dwight Howard
was
supposed
with
to
the
be?
Magic. He's the same player he was with the Magic.
Until everybody found out Dwight Howard is 6'9" out the shower. So, he's Dwight Howard is a better version of Ben Wallace, and it's like you're
Hmm
trying to force Ben Wallace to have an offensive game. It's not,
It's
that's not
not
what he
gonna work.
does, and
I
that's
mean,
also Dwight's fault for really just not saying his fault, but trying to do too much. Like I think he should be in the point of his life where he knows his game, he
hmm
knows what he's great at, and just be better at that. And you know basically that's what it is, man. This series, and he has no help. I'm not gonna say he has no help at the power forward position, but Blake Griffin
little.
is a hybrid. You can call Blake Griffin whatever you want, but when he wants to be, they have two people in the front court.
Yeah,
The Rockets don't have that. T. Jones don't want to be down there.
yeah.
Josh Smith
He won't
Josh
play on
Smith
the
don't want to be
perimeter.
down there. Yeah.
Hmm
So you have these fours that want to play like threes, and then you have
hmm
Blake Griffin, who doesn't mind playing a four. Hey, I like to be down here. I got the size for it. But T.
Yeah.
Jones and everybody else doesn't. So that's 2 against 1 out the gate. If you want to put it like that. And then as me being a
You're
Laker
never gonna win
fan,
a handicap match with a person that can drop a triple double, and the other person can get 20 rebounds.
rebound,
You're just
yeah,
not gonna
with
win it.
with probably close to 10 blocks. And then another thing is, being a Laker fan, it may sound biased or not, but me really watching Dwight Howard for the first time, as watching the Lakers, 'cause I never watched the Magics until the series and whatnot. And I've said this, he's really not mentally, and that's the reason why him and Kobe didn't work for other reasons. Kobe's ass, if I'm not allowed to curse, but
Yeah,
he's mentally
drop
he's just mentally not there. It seems like he wants to
Hmm
be a superstar body, but then he gets kind of out his way when he gets challenged like a superstar
hmm
mentally, and you let Matt Barnes, their fifth best player, take you out the game.
Yeah.
And it's like I heard this analogy, this comparison, like, all right, Matt Barnes and you fight, Matt Barnes and James Harden fight, they get in the fight. Who does that help? Clippers or the Rockets? Helps
hmm
the Clippers. Matt Barnes get ejected, so what? Dwight Howard gets ejected? That's like he
Yeah,
did today.
that's the white
I mean,
flag.
yeah. So I think we're trying to see like the mental side of him more, as a Rocket, because you didn't see that last year. You're like, okay, he got over that. He's another player got over that hump, since post finals, So he's mentally not a star, man. He's a star, and he has a star body, and he wants to be a star. He has to drive for it, but when it comes down to that mental wall and going against somebody who challenges that star status, I haven't seen him just step up. I haven't seen him just take that next step. And
Do you do you think he's like that because he didn't go to college and get the grooming that you think he would
no,
Nah,
get?
nah.
no, that's
Kobe didn't go
nah.
to
College,
college. Nah.
yeah, college is nothing to me,
Garnett.
honestly. Like Kyrie just proved that. Like he's played what 2 games in college, maybe 8 games,
Yeah.
and still went first, and still dominated the league coming out.
If you can play, you can play, and you'll
You can
get
play,
you.
yeah, that's easy. And then big men, regardless if he went to college or not, it still takes them 2-3 years in the league. Like it,
I always
that's
say
just
it's his personality. Like his personality is so childlike that it's like he doesn't have that stability of I need to turn it on and be a leader or whatnot. It's always I want to crack a joke. I'm always smiling on the sideline. The Rockets always looking depressed on the sideline. There's no one like leading the charge. And I mean you can't ask Jason Terry to come in every game and lead the charge and give you and try to rile the troops up when James Harden is lackadaisical when he's behind Chris Paul and Chris Paul's getting his own rebound and James Harden is standing around and Ariza's dipping his head down and it's just no leadership in the Rockets and I don't want to put all blame on Mikal, but I mean it's a point where you have to look at the coach. You're like, what are you doing? Like your team sucks from the free throw line and continue to suck from the free throw line. Like, what are you doing in practice? I'm watching the game last night. Chris Paul and the Clippers are killing us on pick and roll. But are we trying to do the pick and roll to kill them? No, we're just sitting around there. Everyone's standing around looking at James Harden running ISO plays, And then Dwight Howard's down low, they're getting big with Howard, and what is he doing? Complaining for fouls. Same with Harden. Harden drives to the lane. He doesn't get a foul. He's going to complain about it. It's like, it's like to a certain point, you have to step up as a player and take accountability and start to play harder. Look at Blake Griffin. Zebo challenged him last year and said, "Oh, Blake Griffin, you soft." Everybody in the league said, "Blake Griffin, you soft." Blake Griffin ain't playing like he's soft this year. He's going to the paint, he's getting hit, and he's making his shots. And it's like the Rockets is just like they just stagnant. It's like they're okay with being mediocre, and that's the vibe they give off. And
also I have a mini rant to go along with what he's saying. Like a small rant after everybody's done. Only after everybody's done.
Go ahead, Tim. Jump in there. No. Well, for you, Tim. Actually, I have another question too, and I posted this on Facebook. I'm tired of seeing point guards that came from Sanford and Sons junkyard. I'm tired of seeing that, man. How bad? Now we've talked about this. I've said this during the season. Yes, James Harden has the point guard ability, but at the end of the day, when they shut him down, somebody else has to create a play. Mm-hmm. How badly does this team need to finally go out and spend some money on the point guard?
Isaiah Thomas, I was echoing that the day we played the Kings at one time, and Isaiah Thomas just like shredded us, and I was like, "Yo, we should run after him or Eric Bledsoe." But did we run after nobody? No, we were happy to get rid of Jeremy Lin. We were okay with letting Patrick Beverly come in, and everyone talking about how the Rockets miss Patrick Beverly. No, we don't. Patrick Beverly was garbage in defense this year. I'm sorry. I watched every game with the Rockets. No, it's better than Terry, but I don't want
5 for 6 from the 3-point line. I'll take Pat Bev defense over the Jet defense all day.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The person who we miss is Demo, because Demo gave us a stretch forward, and him and Howard would be beautiful. I mean, Demo is more crucial to our team, in my opinion, than most of the people that's out there now. Because Terrence, like Andrew was saying earlier, Terrence Jones wants to play, the three.
The two, sure.
We had kind of discussed that a little bit earlier, man. But yeah, Demo was pretty much the second best person to me at creating his own shot. He could actually create his own offense with his post moves. He actually had post moves. I've said this for a long time that Dwight Howard just don't have the touch around the rim. Half the shots he go up is just off his athleticism, him jumping over people. But when you get somebody like DeAndre Jordan that's jumping the same as you, if not higher, all that accuracy, you gotta have.
Not even letting you get to your spots, man. Dwight threw up like a hook shot from the free throw line yesterday because DeAndre was just so physical with him of not letting him get to his spot. Mm-hmm. Dwight doesn't have the move to do anything else. Dwight has 1 or 2 power dribbles, and then he's going to turn inside to the lane. He's not.
Uh-oh.
Somebody kidnapped him.
And Josh Smith does the same thing.
Oh man, just gets cut off. Josh Smith got cut off. He actually did. The Rockets did get cut off, man. Tim, man. Oh man.
Yep. Can you hear me?
There we go, man. Somebody must have. James Harden. Some of these people must have kidnapped you, man. You ain't a breakfast. They want to make you a breakfast defector, bro.
Call my peoples, man. Call my peoples for me if y'all don't hear from me.
Yeah. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Like I said, I'm not sure where I got cut off, but it's just to be honest with you, the matchups that we're facing this series are not in our favor.
Can't even hear.
Like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the matchups are not in our favor, man, and we don't really have the skill inside to get anything done that we want to do. We're relying on James to shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? When he's not getting his calls, going into the lane, usually where he gets to the foul line, I'm thinking that's somewhat throwing him off mentally as well because he seems to be disconnected after that. After a couple of drives and not getting any foul calls, James just kind of goes into neutral. He stands around, doesn't really get too much involved in the offense, doesn't take it back to the basket because I guess he figures he's not going to get the fouls called that he's used to. And that's where our offense somewhat stalls out, and you're basically hoping that you can get Ariza and Terrence Jones and these guys to knock down some shots. And, they're not going to go 100%, every night. They're not going to go 100% really any nights. So when they're missing shots, that's basically a stall in our offense right there.
Okay. And we touched on this. We touched on this a little bit, but and you all may disagree, but how much of this is on Kevin McHale? Because while we said it wasn't, he did do the hack of DeAndre strategy, which did not work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he knew he didn't have the better team. I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
as much as it's on Kevin McHale, it's also on Daryl Morey to get a better roster.
Yeah.
Get a better assortment of talent. Get some point guards that can make plays. Get some two guards that can actually come off the bench and create their own offense, and not a 2-guard or 3, whatever you want to consider Corey Brewer, that's only effective if we're getting the team to miss shots and get on a fast break. Corey Brewer in a half-court set is probably the most frustrating thing to watch, and on the second unit next to Josh Smith, because he just don't know what to do. He's not hitting his corner threes. He tries to penetrate, and he just can't hit his shots. The only way he's effective is in transition. So you got to put better talent on this team for McHale to coach.
Also, man, from looking at game 3 to game 4, man, game 3 we let the Clippers go on a long run. I think it was 23 points. Mm-hmm. And at no point did we do anything to stop it. I thought if you were going to do a hack of DeAndre, he was on the floor in that stretch. That's when you should have implemented that type of strategy. Then you come out game 4 and started off early, but then your offense isn't getting you any points. So you're at a neutral, because what's the point of fouling him every time down the floor if you're not going to put up any buckets on the other side?
Because they can't score on DeAndre Jordan. Nobody can at this moment. Nobody can. He is the best center in the playoffs right now. In the playoffs, DeAndre Jordan is the best center. Hey, him and Marc Gasol and Zebo, I love it, but it's that combination. But DeAndre Jordan single-handedly is in that paint every time. He has to defend James Harden. He has to defend Dwight Howard. He has to stop all penetration from coming to the paint, and that's exactly what he's doing. And his team is winning by 20-plus points.
Yeah.
But you gotta give
would have hurt Chris Paul the first 2 games.
But you gotta give Blake Griffin some props, because Blake
Griffin is a great playmaker, but he's not the rim protector.
Center, yeah,
he's not the rim protector.
Jim Kunoa can't touch a hand, can't light a candle next to DeAndre Jordan.
But DeAndre Jordan, the only reason Doc is allowing him to shoot 28 free throws in the game is because he knows what he does on his defense. If Howard shoots all those free throws or Josh Smith shoots all those free throws, they got to come out. DeAndre Jordan is shooting every free throw, and Doc Smith and Doc Rivers winning. Simple as that. He's winning.
28 in the first half or something like that?
Yeah, 10 to 28.
10 to 28. I think he did 14 in the first quarter or something like that. Crazy.
I think what did he have, 34 overall or something?
Yeah.
And it was still a tie game. It was still a tie game after the first quarter. So it didn't work. It didn't work because any 1 or 2 points that he gonna get from the free throw line, he's giving up 0.
I want to know what y'all thought about this. I want to know what y'all thought about the Matt Barnes James Harden beef. Matt Barnes went over there and said something to Mama Harden. And I don't think James Harden did enough to retaliate, man.
James Harden sucks right now. That's why I don't hear nothing about James Harden.
How disappointed are you in that? The fact that if that was any of our moms, I'm sure it'd be time to fight.
LeBron and his mama. They don't care.
Oh. LeBron. Didn't he fold when he found out that what's his name was
Devontae West.
Didn't was out. He was absent the whole second half of the Celtics game. He was just out of there. He was like, I don't really care about this game. This is your character. James Harden has a soft character, and he's showing it. Oh God, there was comments released today talking about there's friction in the locker room, and James Harden is still sour that he don't win MVP. But I'm like, you're supposed to show the world why you didn't win MVP. You ain't supposed to just sit about and cry about it and stand around on defense.
And a key thing, it probably wouldn't have changed anything about our year, and I'm kind of glad it didn't go through. But when Carmelo came down here, no James Harden. James Harden wasn't there. So from that jump, you can tell what kind of attitude James has. Yeah. And he's always been labeled as a kind of selfish player. When he first came down to Houston, what did he do? He threw a party. He had all these girls, had a yacht.
Yeah.
James was just doing. He was doing.
Turn up.
He's just doing young people stuff. You know what I'm saying? When he came down here, he was all about partying, and like I said, Team USA changed his basketball mentality. But anything related to basketball has nothing to do with your personal life. And James always feels, to me, that his personal life outweighs his basketball life. And you see him doing all these outrage. Look at the stuff he wears. He's a character, And he brought that same mentality to this team. Everybody got these like cool haircuts and designs and stuff, but we losing. And now you got those stupid ass haircuts, and you sitting over there getting blown out by 20 points.
Well, that's all.
I'm done with James Harden.
Dwight Howard has the same mentality.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying Dwight Howard has the same mind mentality. For the simple fact is, if you look at him, you look like he's like he's looking for he's ready for, oh, let me preserve my body for after basketball instead of worrying about what's going on basketball right now. It's like he has no energy. He brings no. I mean, in Orlando, he was good before the simple thing was they had the inside out game, and Rockets don't even run that anymore. When Dwight gets the ball, he's dribbling like 3 times, like Tim said, or 2 times, and he's going to do a stupid layup or a off-balance hook shot instead of looking for an open outside shoot or something like that. It's just like, I don't know what the Rockets are doing. And I blame McHale for the simple fact is he don't know how to make adjustments. I mean, when you let the Clippers go in the third quarter, when they went on like a 9, 10, 11-point run, and it's like they were just standing around just missing up jumpers, Harden going in the lane, getting fouled, and he just complaining and standing around talking to the ref, and they go on a fast break, and it's just like, I put that on coaching.
I put that on coaching. I put that on Harden. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. Like this is just hard because Harden was on that place to players. Like it was on that. Hey, show them what you do in the playoffs. And then
Him and Chris Paul's on the same list.
And then whenever before me and Marcus going back and forth about Steph Curry. And so I have looked up some James Harden and stuff like that just to see, just I have some stuff to talk about. And I'm sorry, like James Harden, I'm not gonna say he's a nobody. That's a stream that's living in the moment. But when it comes to I don't want to hear his name mentioned. Like, if you just go back to the game, this shouldn't happen. Like after LeBron, who's labeled as next coming of Magic Johnson, he's more Magic than Jordan, and Kobe's more than Jordan, whatever. And you have Harden, who is making himself known as probably the most unguardable offensive scorer in the NBA. Just from everything he can do talent wise. And 12 shots. Jason Terry, 12 shots. T. Jones, 12 shots. Trevor Ariza, 14 shots. Corey Brewer, 8 shots. That doesn't sound like a person who's trying to win a game. Like I at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a Laker fan, Kobe fan. We ain't have nothing going. I know I can count on Kobe to force anything. Just force it. Just a Hail Mary. James Harden, it's done. What's done is done. I sit here with my 21 points, my 8 rebounds, my 6 assists. What does that mean if it's 20 points? If you're down 20 points, what does that mean at the end of the stats? And I told DeMarcus before the game, hey, he need to take at least 28 shots. If LeBron can take 30, James Harden can at least put up 28. Easy. 12. The first half, first quarter, 2 shots in the first quarter. Yeah, I mean, in the first quarter was a 3, 5 points. But I'm like, that's not. I mean, you should go a little bit more fast. That volume doesn't like you. You trying to have a big shooting night, and what happens? 12 shots. Trevor Ariza 14. Trevor Ariza's taking the most shots out of everybody on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man. Like, this is your team. This is you're the Chandler Parsons can go because there's only 2 pillars on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell who's the pillar, if there are any pillars.
Just some rubble right now, bro.
So I'm Harden, man. I'm like, I'm sorry, like it's and it's not your fault. It's your fault, but it's not your fault. You want to play like an MVP? Well, first round means nothing. First round means nothing, and that's. Who can say that? Who like, hey, I'm just trying to get there. You got Anthony Davis just trying to get there. You don't have that. You don't have that luxury anymore. Especially this is a before he came to the Rockets, a playoff veteran basically.
Made it to the finals.
3 years, steady progression as a six man. As we're not talking about some scrub, and so then you get to the Rockets, and this is another thing. It's like, hey, what happens when that six man get all starlight? Which once again, Harden, phenomenal player, and he's proven that he's not just a six man off the bench. He's proven everything else like that. But now he gets to see what Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook was going through that he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He got to come off the bench. He got to relieve some stress. He got to, all big. Now on this team, you waking up like Kevin Durant. Like, hey, what can I do to help my team win, to carry my team?
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like he even get caught like he's still a six man. Like you passing it a little bit too much, man. A little bit
12
too
assists?
much. Just take
12 assists?
Just take your shots. Just take your shots. I mean, live and die by your decisions on the basketball court, and don't let Trevor Ariza look like the bad guy on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be the MVP, you got to step up and you got to take those shots. You have to bring your team out the hole and not come down court. You down by 15. Oh man, let me do this pick and roll and get a ball to Josh Smith and see what he can do. No.
Well, you know what somewhat I'll say is disappointing. When Harden didn't win his MVP, he said we have bigger goals here in Houston and we're trying to win a championship. And you figure that's the right thing to say. You knew he was hurt by not winning that award, but you figured that was the right thing to say. But come playoff time, if that's how you really feel and that's what you're supposed to be about. If you look game one, when the Rockets played the Clippers, you saw Blake Griffin being very vocal on the court, telling his guys, "Let's go, let's get it."
Huddling the team up, doing timeouts.
You don't see that with us, and for us to say that James is our leader, and that's what he's going to be on this team. We're all going to follow his lead. You would expect him to say something to the guys. You would expect him to be yelling out something, to be trying to push him to motivate. And you haven't seen that in the last two games. You can't get blown out by 20-plus points, then get blown out by 30-plus points, and just sulking around on the bench with your head down. You make a turnover, you don't want to run back on defense. That's not the way, to lead by example, because everybody's going to somewhat follow your lead when you're doing things like that, man. Everybody else is going to get down because if your star can't make it, then what are the rest of us going to do?
But see, this is the thing, Tim, and you're right. He's a star player, and he leads by example, but he leads by example because he's the best player, not because he's a leader. Like, yeah, it's easy to go up when James Harden's dropping 30. Everybody's hype. Hey, we all doing it. But leader
at the end of the day, Trevor Ariza is someone that's been bounced around the league. He's not a true leader. He's just a solid player. He's a solid defensive player. We all know Dwight Howard's not a true leader. Terrence Jones is not a leader. Josh Smith is not a leader. Corey Brewer is not a leader. Pablo Prigioni's not a leader. The most leader-protected person on the team is Jason Terry. And that's
who no longer has the skills to even.
He can't back it up. Paul Pierce can lead the Wizards team, but he can back up his play. Jason Terry can't say, "Come on, guys, let's do this." Then go 0 for 4 from the three-point line. No, you can't do that. You got to have a leader that's going to back it up with their play. But if you're going to listen to Jason Terry talk about this and talk about that, he's the person that told Howard that they need to have a meeting with James. This is not something that James went like, I gotta tell Dwight that, hey, I'm still gonna take over this team. Or Dwight went to James like, hey, I need you to do this. Jason Terry set up that.
That tells you a lot, man. I want to ask you all too.
And
go ahead. What's up? I heard somebody okay. I guess
it's all good.
All right, cool. I want you all to take us inside the locker room, man, because Harden had his comments just kind of saying that basically Coach McHale's strategy of hacking DeAndre was crap. So, you talked about the meeting with Jason Terry and Dwight Howard and James as well. How much friction is in this Rockets locker room right now, and could this be something that maybe carries over to next year?
Whatever.
I mean, as far as friction is concerned, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to realize Chandler Parsons went after Dwight Howard, and it wasn't James Harden that went after Dwight Howard. And then a year into his contract, the person that recruited him is gone.
Yeah.
So now who do you lean to? You have no choice but to follow James Harden's role. That's why I go back to the whole haircuts thing. Like, whose idea you really think that was? Do you think James Harden said, "Hey man, I got this barber, man. I'm gonna hook you up with this mohawk"? I'm pretty sure Dwight Howard went to, "Hey man, where you get your haircut at? Let me try this on." You know what I'm saying? So when you got all these followers on one team, of course the friction is always gonna be there when you're not winning. When you're losing, all those emotions spill out. Now everything becomes stupid. Every decision they made, you're gonna question. So at the end of the day, it's gonna
What?
roll into it's gonna go into the off season because Jason Terry's gone, Pablo's gone, and you got to find playmakers for this team. And those playmakers, going back to what happened with Carmelo, if they come to Houston, they gonna want to hear from James Harden, Dwight Howard. So we can't have another free agent, a big free agent, come here and they both missing. What kind of message does that bring to the person that's coming in? What kind of environment am I going to? Of course, I'm not gonna come to Houston. The top players won't even come talk to me.
Because they
Preach.
followers and they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk because I mean, let's be honest. Carmelo Anthony get on the team. Carmelo Anthony is still at a high level where you wouldn't be like it's James Harden's team, not
And
over Carmelo
it
Anthony.
is not just Carmelo, but the fact that it's Carmelo Anthony that we're talking about that came to your city and you didn't even come to the arena,
They didn't even entertain him.
didn't even entertain, man, did nothing. And this team went out his
I
way
think
to.
D Rose did the same thing.
No, I
Nah,
think
D Rose, I think they even put on like a light practice with D
yeah,
Rose.
D Rose was there, and that's why he was
Okay.
so. That's why he was so adamant on like, man, and still
Going
now he like, yeah, man, I should have went to Chicago. That's pretty much what Carmelo's saying right now. But to have your star player not even entertain the potential of what you could have, even though it's Carmelo, we seen what he did this year. We seen he got hurt, but he was still 29 years old at last year's free agency. Still probably one of the top 10 players in the league at that time before the injury.
The
And you
only
don't
thing that
even
hurt
you
his
don't even
feelings.
come. Yeah, you don't even come. Like, come on, man. Even Kobe went to the
No,
Lakers
they put a
facility.
sticker. They put a sticker up on a wall when you walked in.
And
You
then
don't think
Jimmy
you
Lin got
you don't
mad.
think you're a
Yeah,
franchise
that's what I'm saying.
player?
They disrespected Jeremy Lin and gave him the number. So they already said forget one person, and now you coming here and disrespect this dude that's coming to visit the team as a potential landing spot, and you don't even show up. Come on, man.
Because you don't want to give up the star status. Like James, it's all right. Like
You can share the spotlight.
it's who are we to say like, hey, you just need to know your role. You know, you're a player, you athlete, you competitor. You know, you're everything else. But I'm sorry, I feel like James Harden doesn't have anybody to tell him like, dog, you suck. Like you need to do something because you just disappear in the playoffs. Like, can you imagine? Like, you talking about he passes to Josh Smith? Why? Because Josh Smith was like, oh yeah, I get to shoot it all day.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure someone on the court like, why does he keep passing the ball?
Mhm.
You know, like I don't want this. Just go do something. And it's just like he's like now he's
Six
like,
man.
why I gotta
Six
be
man
like that? I
syndrome.
want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like why I gotta do that? Because you did it all season. That's what they're used to.
6-man syndrome
So
still kicks in every now and then. Like even Manu Ginobili knows he's not a full-time starter, and we've seen the boneheaded plays he can make. But sometimes you got to break out of that to actually become a star. Manu Ginobili never became a star in the NBA. He was always a solid player.
yeah,
And if James Harden can't keep up that consistency, he's just
that's
going
what
to
you're
continue to
gonna be.
be a Manu Ginobili throughout his whole career. That's
Like
it.
one thing I respect Kobe for, you know, is when 1 month stretch. I think Kobe hit 3 game winners, 3 game winners in like 1 month stretch, and he's pissed. He's like, we shouldn't even be in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like after a while, like that's somebody who knows like this is regular season. You know, this is regular season.
And
If
then
you're supposed to win the game, win
flip
the
the whole
games you're supposed to
script.
win.
To flip the whole
The
script, while
playoffs.
we're talking about Kobe Bryant, we get a young James Harden hitting a game winner against the Phoenix Suns, and he's damn near taking his jersey off.
Yeah.
That's the difference in between a good player and being a great player.
Great player. But could you put that on generational? Because I mean, James Harden is what 25. I mean, is it the age? I mean, not much. It's like no maturity. I'm like, if we hit a game winner, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be pretty
Yeah,
quiet
but
about it.
all right,
It's
Marcus.
about
This the thing about James Harden being 25. Dwight Howard's contract has an opt-out clause after next season. James Harden contract, I believe, is up in 2 seasons. Now, we are so limited on the time to make them connect that it's ridiculous. Because if we can't get them to hang out with each other or just at least be an actual duo, they're both going to be gone. And you can easily see it because when James Harden first came to Houston, I don't know if you've seen the interview, but he said he did not want to leave OKC.
Yeah.
His own words, he did not want to leave OKC. This is not me trying to hype up saying he'll go back, but if your heart wasn't even with that team when you first came, what kind of loyalty do you have? Because we all
Yeah.
wearing beards and you found a nice barber, that don't mean nothing.
He
You can wear beards in any other city.
love the
Yeah.
strip, but he gonna stay, man. Either he gonna stay here, he going to Miami, King of Diamonds. But
Or LA. That's it.
yeah, I think, man, the problem with James, and I look somewhat at what LeBron had to go through when he went to Miami. You know, he went and yeah, you got to be mature, but you got to have that alpha dog in you. You got to know that when it's time for you to take over games. You know what I'm saying? He might look to defer to a White or I don't know why, but look to defer to a Josh Smith or somebody. But at some point in the game, and I feel it's going to happen to him after he gets criticized, and it may be this year unless they can pull out a miracle. That's what they're going to need to get back in this series and possibly take it over. He's going to have to get criticized. He's going to have to get people talking about him. He's going to have to get Sports Center for the negative. We've seen him, this whole season cooking it up, and like you say, hitting game winners and running around, being in the MVP candidate, the MVP race. But he's going to have to get criticized, I think, in order for him to take that next step.
He did last year.
Like you say, go from a good player to a great player. Because a lot of people don't give him that great player. Status, and I think that's what he believes he's at. That's what he believes I'm a great player. I'm one of these. Well, no, because you have to learn when to elevate. This is go hard or go home right now. There's no okay. Well, next game. No, you got possibly 4 games to finish the series, and if you don't finish it in 4 games, you can get swept. And
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
I see somewhat happening with him now. Maybe he feels that he's been overlooked, whatever it is, but James is going to have to, at some
The thing about it is, we're looking like Curry. Okay, so Curry, we looking at how Curry's playing right now. It's like that pressure is on you. It's like when you can see these people starting to fold. Like when this pressure is on Curry, and you got Tony Allen running up and bumping up on you, or you trying to get to the lane and Zach, and you run to Zach, you kind of fold. That when you can get away with stuff so freely during the season, and in the first round when we played the Mavericks, Harden was all good and. He's hitting shots, and the other team, his other players are hitting shots and stepping up. But when the pressure is on, he's starting to fold. Same with Curry, same with most of these star players. And it takes a strong, dominant veteran to be you're going to have adversity, but you got to know how to play through it. Because I feel like even when Kobe was wrong, it took a Shaq to sit there and be I've been through it, but you have to play. You have to play hard every night. You're not gonna make every shot, but you gotta contest, play defense and this, that, and the third. Same with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was coming in, overall. But Shaq took him, and Shaq and Alonzo Mourning was looking at him and solidifying him and letting him know how to be a star. I say even when when LeBron James went to the Heat or when not, it took a Dwayne Wade to tell LeBron you got to step up. You crush him up. And no one's telling Harden when to step up, or he has nobody really getting on him. So that's how I feel like he's falling off, and I feel like Curry's gonna start falling off. If Curry has another bad shooting night, then I know that the pressure is on him and he can't handle it right now.
I agree. I agree with Curry. I feel like he is having tough pressure, but there's no buts. So I'm gonna say but. Memphis is a different playoff team compared to Memphis is a team like San Antonio. Nobody wants to play in the West.
They have 3 all-defensive players on their starting unit.
Tony Allen has made this his series. It's been the Tony Allen show, man. I mean, when I feel like when Golden State runs their offense where they try to spread Steph Curry, Klay Thompson out wide, he's ready for that pass.
Mm-hmm.
This other game when they were making a run, he cut off any Golden State run because he was able to see that play.
All Curry.
Look at Tony now.
What's up?
I said, look at Tony now talking trash.
Hey, Tony Allen is a dog, man. Tony Allen is a dog. I mean, for years he's had that mentality of being, I want to be the best defensive player out here, and you don't.
This is Curry. Yeah.
Man, let's see. Hey, we got to wrap it up. So, folk over here, but I have a final question because the Rockets are going to come back to Toyota Center, and we know that the Rocket fans can be it can turn into a library in there.
Hmm.
What do you expect the opening atmosphere to be? What do you expect the atmosphere to be like when they come back to the Bayou City?
I feel like it's gonna be fire, but then it's gonna die off and fizzle off. But the simple fact is, as a Rockets fan, just like most of these people that go to the Rockets games, we're tired of mediocre like games. It's just like you get so hyped up for the Rockets, and then that's when they crush your heart. But when you have no expectation for the Rockets, that's when they overshoot. You be like, oh dang. So when you get on the bandwagon, not the bandwagon, on the hype train, and you hype them up, they'll find a reason to let you down. So I'm like, it's gonna be just how it always is. It'll be good and hype for the first 5 minutes, and then it'll just. And I don't even give it half because it's just like 5 minutes, and then here comes turnover, miss jumper, dunked on, blah blah blah. The fans is gonna be quiet again, and then the Rockets gonna be staying at home, chilling at the house with us, watching the playoffs.
Dang.
That's pretty much the truth right there, man. Our fan crowd has never been good all season, and I still feel like every fan in Houston, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, is still on the at least we beat Dallas boat. So at the end of the day, I don't think it matters what they do against the Clippers. If they do beat the Clippers, they may just lose in 6. But at the end of the day, at the end of the playoffs, all you're gonna hear is, "Hey, we beat Dallas." And if you really feel like that's an acceptable answer, then you're not a true fan because the success that we've had since Olajuwon left
has been minimal.
At its best. Minimal at its best. And
would you say Cowboys?
Yeah, but no, the Cowboys fans are still hype.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about success.
Success-wise, the Rockets and the Cowboys are pretty much in the same boat, the same exact boat.
The Rockets just don't have that pedigree, the Dallas Cowboys. It's not quite the brand name.
Exactly. Being
Rockets fans, I just think we chase the low-hanging fruit too much. Rocket fans are kind of like that dude that dated Butterface and show off proudly. It'd be like that sometimes.
I don't even know if it's all Rockets fans.
Well, not us, obviously, but we have more knowledge than I feel like ever.
But I mean, it's because you look at somewhat even Houston Texans fans, man. I don't know if y'all remember. A couple of years ago when we went on, the Texans went on a little hot streak, and we ended up getting our Letterman jackets. It seemed like that was Super Bowl. That was somewhat our Super Bowl. People were just happy to have went on a streak to not even be ready for the playoffs. And that's what it seems like this year. It was so much talk about second seed this, second seed that. Then we actually did get out the first seed. We faced no disrespect, but a pretty weak Dallas team. They had their injuries and they had their drama and everything going on. So I don't think.
But you would have been a different series if they had Rondo and Parsons.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Them at their best, but like you somewhat say, DeMarcus, I don't necessarily call them true fans if you're going to sit here and just say, "Oh, we got out the first round." That's somewhat of what you call it, the hype train or the bandwagon, whatever you want to call it. That's basically it, man.
Because those same fans that say, "Oh, at least we beat Dallas," wasn't there when we had Ron Artest trying to lead our playoff team against the potential champions in the Lakers.
Yeah.
So
they could use a Ron Artest right now. They could use a. Well,
they can use anybody that can have some energy. Anybody come off energy, we'll take them.
I still think that was like the best time. The last time I had a good time watching the playoffs of the Rockets, because it was just like they was overachieving, and it was like we taking LA to Game 7, and it was like
Ron Artest had the number 96 on. You know what I'm saying?
Balling. And here goes, and it was just like we don't. Oh man, it's just I don't know. We have nobody, no tough-minded people. Around us or to keep us going. It's just like we don't have nobody mentally tough on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Jason Terry, and besides, after him, you're gonna do a lot of searching. If we had a couple of mentally tough people, I'm pretty sure we would have been all right. But
that mentally tough thing is the main reason why I feel like we shouldn't go after Aldridge, because that's another weak person in his mindset. So he would not be a perfect fit for us if we did get him. we'd still be in the same boat as next year. Because if Audrey shots don't go down, James shots don't go down, and we all know about Howard shots, we're gonna be in the same boat again next year.
Yeah. Well, man, we gotta wrap it up, y'all. Good stuff. Tim, you said it wasn't the fan medicine, but I think people feel good. I think some
Still
people
got a headache, man.
better. Huh?
I still got a headache, man.
Oh man, well, but other people don't, man. You taking that sacrifice as a fan, man.
I almost didn't go to work today.
Oh man, no. See, you can't let the Rockets mess with your money now, man.
Oh man, they almost did. I went to sleep, man. I didn't want to talk about it.
Turning.
Mama Harden don't deserve this, man. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Harden. Jesus.
The son is not a breakfast defector.
You know, Matt Barnes tell you suck your dick one day, and then all of a sudden the next day your son is a no-show.
It's probably a problem right there. Eating that Taco Bell breakfast, them fake eggs.
Eggs don't burn. No, that cheese don't work.
Maybe you should have really been cooking something better than that crap.
Man, Taco Bell might be a sponsor of the show one day. We can't go too hard. I'm just playing. Who cares? No, it's fake.
Fake ass meat. 89% beef.
Yeah.
Gordita.
Gordita. Yo quiero Taco Bell. But yeah, man, appreciate it, y'all. The Four Horsemen. Once again, man, y'all stay on the line. We out.